Hello, this is Connor, and today I'm going to be doing something very different. This is actually a tutorial video in RPG Maker 2003, which is a game making tool. It's just come out on Steam. It originally came out in 2003, and I absolutely loved it back then. Spent day and night playing it, and I got quite good at it. So when I saw it was re-released, I got really excited and absolutely had to buy it and download it and do tutorials for you people on it. So let's get started anyway. So I've opened up the editor. This is the blank screen. So I'm going to click on this little new icon up here, new project. And that's going to start up our new project. We're going to give this project a name. I'm just going to call this one Demo Quest, because I think that's a decent enough name. I'll just copy and paste that. That's the folder name and game title. I don't know why these are separate. It doesn't really matter what you put in them. It doesn't affect anything really. I'm just going to click OK, and here we go. Okay, we're straight into the editor. This area out here is your gameplay screen. It's kind of the game map. It's the game world that you'll be walking around in. And this little blue faded square you can see here is the player start position. So this is all, it's fairly easy. I can zoom in and out by clicking on these numbers up here. See 1/8 view, 1/4 view, half view, and full scale view. I can scroll around with these scroll bars. I can generally do whatever the hell I like here. And over here there are tiles, which are what make up the world. You'll notice that we've got grass here, we've got trees, mountains, there's some brick walls, there's some cliffs down here, there's some carpet, there's some cave walls, it looks like, some pathways, snow, sand. There's a lot of different things to choose from over there. Now, I suppose the first thing I'll show you how to do is build this world. This is literally just like a paint program. I can literally just click on this grass over here, and if I click over here, place a grass tile, or if I hold down my left mouse button, I can drag out an entire shape. And this is brilliant. I can draw out the shape of an island here, and there's other tools up here as well. I can use this square tool, or rectangle tool, sorry, to draw out rectangles. I can use this circle tool, similarly enough, to draw triangles. No, I'm joking. To draw circles. And this fill tool I can use to fill in big areas like this. It's like flood fill in MS Paint. You can see we've got kind of two islands now. Completely accidentally, they're like an exclamation mark and a speech bubble. So maybe this is the land of Exclamoria or something. But anyway, this is just our test map. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to extend this out just so that there's grass underneath the start position, just so I can show you how the game runs. So that's it. I've drawn out a bit of map. I'm going to put on some other tiles actually. I'll put down some mountains over here. You'll notice the mountains join up as well when you place them next to each other. I really like that. It's a nice feature. So they kind of gel together right, and I can put some sand over here, like a bit of desert. And literally, I've just been in this editor, 3 minutes and 20 seconds now, and I can just hit play up here. Yeah, it'll ask me to save, click yes. And here we go, this is Demo Quest. I can jump right in, I press new game. I can use space or enter to select things from the menu, then it's the arrow keys to move. W, A, S and D don't work, unfortunately, because I think this game engine predates that becoming the normal way to do things. But see, I can walk around Speech Bubble Island over here, and exclamation mark Island is right over there. I can see at the edge of the map. It's cool. I'm a purple-headed dude. I'm walking around. It's fun. If I hit escape, you'll see my menu and my party. We'll get into that later on. But I just have to go down here and choose to title to quit out to the main title screen, and then I can choose shut down to quit, or I can just click this X up here, whatever you want, whichever's handier for you. And that's it. We've made a game in 4.5 minutes. I think that's a new record. If only Half-Life 3 could come out as quickly. I'm sure their process is a little bit more difficult than this though. But yeah, so that's it. That's a basic game. That's how you build a very basic RPG Maker game. But we want to go more than basic here. Okay, so we're going to decorate this map a little bit more. First of all, I'm going to put down a bit of forest, because what kind of RPG doesn't have a forest in it? Not one I'd like to play. Oh, wait, well, I don't think the Fallout games had forest in them. Well, okay, they were pretty good as well. I suppose you can get away without having a forest, but it's a tricky one. I can put down some snow over here as well, because, I don't know, it's a snowy area. I can put down a snowy forest on top of the snow. I can put some snowy mountains on top of the snow. The snowy mountains and snowy forest, are they joining up right? Something looks a little weird there. I'm not sure they join up completely properly. But, oh well. Yeah, mountains, forest. What else do we have here? Right, I think that's enough for this. I'm going to show you the next feature now. You'll notice this green box is highlighted up here at the top of the screen. This is the lower layer tiles. If I was to click on this blue box up here, I'm going to switch us to the upper level, and you'll notice this opens up a whole new range of tiles over here. There's all kinds of things I can put down. I can put down tree stumps now, and these all lie on top of the existing map. They're not going to overwrite it. I can put in like a little village down here. If I drag a square over the tiles, I can pick up a group of them. So I can pick up these 4 that make up the castle, and I can put a big castle over here. And this place is suddenly looking a little more populated. If I choose the blank one up here, I can erase ones I've put down. Like those tree stumps look a little too big, to be honest, to be on this map. But I can put down anything I want. I can put down a volcano here. I'll put it on the mountains over here. And we need something on these islands. I think maybe I'll put a ruined castle over here on the north exclamation mark island, and a ruined tower on the south one, just down on the dot. And if I switch back into the lower layer, you'll notice the upper layer fades out. If I'm on the upper layer, the lower layer fades out. So you know which one you're working on. So I'm back on the lower layer. I'm just going to save the game and hit play. And again, you'll notice the town is on the map now. Our volcano's over there. The castle is there. It's just looking a whole lot more populated. So I think we've just improved the game by like, I don't know, 50% now with that. That's good. That's pretty good. But it's still not a fantastically interesting game. I mean, there's not much to do. Okay, you've got this world. You can walk around. You can see these castles, but you can't actually do anything. Well, now I'm going to show you the next layer, which is the events layer. This is the yellow box up here. Now, if I click on the events layer, these are the real powerful things. You'll notice that both the lower layer and the upper layer are both lit up now, and we've got this black grid over the screen. That means we're editing events. I can't drag select multiple things for an event. An event is one square strictly, and an event is basically a thing you interact with. So, for example, I'm going to put down... Let's put down a rock. I'm going to pick a rock over here, and I'm going to double click here. And see, our event is a rock. And I'm going to call it that up here in the name. Rock. Oh, Ripival. Sorry. Rock. Rovg. Rock. I'm a terrible typist. What can I say? Now, okay, all of these might look a little bit overwhelming, all these controls, but I'll just step you through them fairly easily. You've got the graphic here. We're not going to touch that. It's a rock. We're happy that it's a rock. Movement, stationary. It doesn't need to move. It's a rock. Trigger, action button. I'm going to leave that as it is. Priority. Now, this is interesting. This might be a little bit vague, but it can be below characters, same as characters, or above characters. This is what layer it's on. If I set this rock to below characters, we're going to be able to walk over it. If I set it to same level as characters, it'll be a solid object. We'll bump into it and, won't be able to pass through it. If I set it to above characters, we'll pass under it, so the rock will be drawn over the players. But it's going to be a solid rock, so it's going to be the same layer as the characters. And forbid event overlap, we don't really need to worry about that. That basically says that it can't occupy the same square as another event. It's a little bit complicated for the stage we're at. Movement speed doesn't matter, it's not going to move. I guess next we have to see what happens when the rock is triggered. You saw I've set my trigger to action button. So let's have something happen when you press the action button at the rock. So I can just double click over here and I'll get a menu of different actions I can put into this event. Now it's It looks really overwhelming. There's like 4 pages here. Well, 3 and a tiny bit. But it's not really that hard. There's probably like 10 of these you're going to use regularly, and the rest are just for kind of special occasions. Birthdays, Christmases, I don't know, gigantic epic cutscenes, those kind of things. Show text, that's what we want here, and we want to show text saying, I am a rock. Okay, so I'll click apply and click OK and save the game and start it up, and we'll see what this is like now. So I hit space to start new game, wander over to this rock, and I can press my action key, which is space, and I'm a rock. The rock has spoken. So he has a good sense of identity. So we've got some interactivity in our game. So that's good. That's a good start. But these events are a little more powerful than making rocks tell you what they are. I mean, if that's all they could do, I really wouldn't, be that bothered putting them into my game. But we can do all kinds of crazy things with events. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this world a little bit more complicated. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could walk into this town and have a look around? I mean, I can just hear you now replying, saying, yes, it would. Please, Connor, tell us how to do that. Well, I'm going to tell you right now. Now, inside this is one map, this world we've created. The inside of the town is going to be a different map. And you can see our maps listed down here in the bottom left corner of the screen. See, we've got Demo Quest as the title of the game, and this is map 001. If I right-click on this and pick Map Properties, I can give it a different name. So we're going to call this the world map, because it's the world map. And I want to make it a little bit smaller as well. It's 100 by 100 at the moment. You'll notice that most of it is unused. It looks like we're only using about 50 by 30 squares, so I'm going to downsize it to that. I'm going to set the map size here to 50 by 30. I can set it to scroll when I walk around it, so the world can be round. It can scroll horizontally, vertically, or both. It's not going to loop just yet. Or no, it's the world, it's round. It'll loop both ways, why not? And I can ignore everything else here. Just if I click OK, there we go. Our map has been compressed down a little bit. And if I go into it, you should be able to see the looping a little bit if I walk down here. That title screen music is going to be haunting your dreams by the end of this. I'm starting and stopping so much. But yeah, you can see there's the top of the world again. I'm just walking completely around the planet. Me and my old pal Rock over here. So there, we've got a round world. Now, if I right-click on the world, I can choose to add a new map. And this new map, I'm going to call Town. And this is going to be what happens when you go into the town. Now, I can choose a tile set as well. This is important. This determines what kind of graphics you have available. See these tiles over here? So this is the basic tile set we've seen so far. There's basic, exterior, interior, dungeon, and ship. I'm going to go exterior. Exterior is kind of outdoor tiles, like outdoor in a town. Basic is kind of world map stuff. It's all very far zoomed out, like forest, trees, snow. It's the big picture. Interior is inside people's houses. It's beds and stuff and windows and floorboards. Dungeon is like caves and lava and that kind of thing. And ship is boats. It's all wooden ship parts. And it's also really, really hard to use properly because there's a million bits. It's like putting together a giant jigsaw. We'll look at it later on maybe. But we'll do exterior for now. The map 20 by 15 is tiny. I'm going to make it a little bigger than that. It's going to be 40 by 40. That's bigger than our world, but, I think that's alright. We might make the world bigger again later on. And this won't scroll because it's just a town. We don't want some never-ending scrolling town that we can never leave. So I'll just click OK, and this is our town map. So you'll notice our tiles are different over here. See, these are the basic ones. These are the exterior ones. I'm going to fill this all in with grass, first of all. And I'm going to give us a road into town. So I'm going to use the rectangle tool up here to draw a road. Feel free to play along with RPG Maker in a different window while you're watching this. You might be able to build your own game. And who knows, maybe I'll play it on my channel or something if you link me to it in the comments. I don't know. I hope I get a few people making stuff anyway, because this is just so easy and so much fun once you get into it. And I want to make a big circle down here. This can be like the town square, which is circular. And I don't know, the village needs houses, so I'm just going to make very simple houses. You'll see, there's the way these tiles are laid out. You've got these shaded bits, you've got light, like you've got a shaded section of wall here, you've got a lighter coloured one up here, and then a top section up here. That's kind of the pattern all of these tile sets follow. I don't know what the shaded sections are for. I think maybe people are meant to use them for the bottom of the wall, but they look like crap, so I just use the lightly coloured ones. This is a stylistic choice. You don't have to follow it. But I'm just going to draw a little house here, like this. I think that's even... Is that too tall? Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at 2 blocks tall. We have some roof pieces down here, so I'll just give it a blue roof, maybe a little bit higher than that. And then if I go into the upper layer, I can stick on a couple of windows, like a window over here, a window over here, then a door here. And there we go, that's a house. And I can actually use this area select tool here if I want to just surround it all. Just Control and C and Control and V. And just like MS Paint, I can paste in a few more houses. Now, I know they're terrible looking, but we're just getting started here. I mean, this isn't exactly high art. Maybe I'll put in a tree or two as well. See, we've got these big, thick ones. I like those. We've also got these thin, I guess, pine trees or something. I don't know what they are. And we've got dead ones as well. Someone hasn't been taking care of their tree over here. And we can have a giant gravestone if we want, right in the middle of town. That's like the laws of the town written there. And there's a statue of a woman next to them. She's the one who wrote the laws. She is the law-abiding mother, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, that's our town made. So we can switch between our maps. Now we want to be able to get into this town, because right now it's just a completely separate map, disconnected from our world. So what I can do is, if I go into events and I choose a blank event, I can double click here on the town, and I will call this teleport to town, just so we have a descriptive name. Now, I don't want the action button to trigger this event. I want it to stay invisible. It's got no graphic, and this will be triggered on player touch. So as soon as I touch it, it'll work. It's going to be below characters, so I can step on top of it when I'm touching it. And it's going to do one thing, and that is... let me just see if I can remember where this is. It is going to transfer player. There it is. It used to be called teleport in the old version. But if I click on transfer player here, then I can select one of our maps, the town map, and tell it that it's going to transfer our player here. I'm going to put him 1 square inside the town. You'll see why in a minute. And I'm going to have him facing down when he appears there. So that is going to send us into town. And now, when we're in town, we're going to need a way out. So up at the very top of the road here, and this is why I left a bit of space so you can walk back up once you've appeared in town. Because if you're going to appear on this square, you want to be able to walk up here to exit. I'm going to put in another event. Same thing, player touch, below character, and it's going to transfer player to the world map. And it's going to put you just there, on top of the town. Let's try that out now, and see what happens. So we're walking around the world map, minding our own business, talking to Rocky over here. And, oh, look, a town. Should I visit? I think I will. So I step on top. There we go, I'm teleported into town. I can look at all these nice houses, that horrible dead tree. Let's see, the law-abiding mother and her big tablet of laws. This other house over here. It's amazing. I can wander around the place. All kinds of things to do. And when I'm sick of this joint, I can just walk up here and I'm back out in the world map. And it's literally as easy as that. So, there you have it. I mean, I think that's enough for a first video, but that's the very, very basics of the game. I've shown you how to build your first map, build your first 2 maps. I've shown you how to set up events and how to use the events to teleport between the maps and to display messages. Next time, I think what we're going to do is maybe populate this town a little bit and put a few people in it. And maybe we can have a chat with them and do all kinds of crazy stuff. And who knows, maybe eventually we'll build a proper playable game out of all of this. That, a good playable game that you would enjoy. But for now, this is it. So I guess I'll leave it here and I'll see you next time. Happy RPG making. Goodbye.